Peace Collective. So this beautiful message came to me when I was eating cherries. Okay, and I was placing the pits or throwing them back into the dirt. Okay, giving it to the land. So I was like, if something is meant to sprout off of this, it will. Now, when I was eating the cherries, this beautiful message and insight came to me. And this beautiful message and insight was that we are creating the path for those that come after us. In the spiritual community, I know that it's like, oh, you have this great destiny inside of you. You want to birth something amazing. And you should absolutely feel like you want to birth something amazing. But I want to talk about the significance that our actions are, the significance of our actions and what it's doing, right? That it's taking root in order for new life, the descendants, to take it further. And you should always want your descendants to take it further. I say all that to say that in times in the spiritual journey, it can feel meaningless what we are doing. It can seem as though you're not getting nowhere, but my dear, it's all for a purpose. And in the fact that it's all for a purpose, you're going to be able to see the truth of your actions, right? In knowing that it's not just for you. So as I'm throwing the pits, this message or the story that I seen came to mind, and I was like, oh, Spirit, this is amazing. There was a story that I seen of this man who lived like on a hill or mountain, and he would always go down to the well to get water in 2 pots for his flowers, for his garden. He loved his garden, and one of the pots had a hole in it. And so the other pot spoke to the pot that had the hole and said, basically, you're useless because by the time we get back, you have no water left in you. And so the one pot spoke to, the gardener, right? And was like, I'm useless. I don't have any water. I don't retain any water, and you're still carrying me, like basically just get rid of me. And so the beautiful gardener said, once I realized you had a hole, he was like, I started to plant seeds along the way. He was like, if you see the path, it's been transformed. And so the story comes back to me, right? Like Spirit gives me this download, puts it back into my spirit when I'm throwing out these seeds, these cherry seeds, because I don't like to be wasteful of anything, and I'm not going to throw it in the trash when the land can genuinely use it. And I was like, wow, I was like, from a spiritual standpoint, I was like, that's so beautiful. And even from the earth plane standpoint, I was like, it's so beautiful and it has so much significance. We absolutely want to be the ones to make it to this destination, and for me, I've had these great feelings of like, I'm going to impact the world, but what if these feelings that I've been having, what if these feelings that you've been having, it's more so what our bloodline can actually birth, what we're meant to prepare the path for. And it's so much greater than just ourselves, because we do want to impact collective consciousness. And oh my God, I didn't realize this message was going to kind of like get me teary. You can't see it because of glasses, but I think that there is an aspect in looking at, in the spiritual community from a very egotistical standpoint. And it doesn't mean that we are egotistical in that standpoint, but everything that we're doing, all the cycles that we are breaking, is impacting another. It's impacting the bloodline. You are creating the pathways. You are creating those healthier pathways for now your descendants to access, right? You are becoming the spiritual matriarch or the spiritual patriarch in your family to establish these pathways. And you're planting these seeds, and ultimately they will sprout along the way. And then the path that is being added to by your descendants will only become more beautiful as they also plant their seeds and their flowers. And this collective all tends to a collective garden, right? And everything, we all think about a destination, this oasis, but the path to it creates it. The oasis is always going to be the creator. It's always going to be home frequency. When we come to ourselves in truth, when we come to God and what we're meant to, wow. And that came from source. Thank you so much. I'm channeling this message with Archangel Michael, because the way the oasis is always home source, is always creator. And what we do is we light the path with these seeds along the way for others to follow and also plant their seeds, making a home even more beautiful, springing with life, the journey back. And for me, I always thought that I needed to reach this destination. And now I'm realizing these messages, regardless of who I touch, who I reach, it's for a purpose. It's not just about the descendants, it's about all of us as a collective conscious. Who are you able to reach on the way home to home frequency? You become that example. Oh, thank you, Archangel Michael. Cleanse this card from any no power readings. I'm going to see what other messages, what other insights, because I feel like that was so beautiful. What other insights do we have to give Archangel Michael to this collective? Because, okay. Oh, it says changing, okay? So I feel like this is speaking, and look, she's kind of, even though she's playing with cards, we're going to ignore the cards there, but she's kind of on a path, right? On a path to home frequency. And then we have, so it says changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything can happen. And it is. Anything can happen, y'all. But next to it, you have telephone. This is connection, communication. And I'm not saying go out here and connect with everybody. I do believe we have to use wisdom and discernment. But it's about voicing, your opinions through actions, right? I know someone said to me today that was like, oh, you're really small. She was like, I feel like a giant when I'm next to you. And we're almost like the same height. I was like, girl, that is not the case. I was like, I am not that much shorter than you. I'm 5 feet, y'all. Mind your business. Even. But I said, and I realized she was talking about her weight, because she made it clear she was talking about her weight. And I said, oh, I'm like raw vegan, right? I'm like, I eat fruits and vegetables because this is what is being put on my heart by the divine. I don't want to be heavy right now. So I say all that to say that, people will sometimes say things to you, and it really is just opening up an opportunity for you to actually speak your truth. That's really all that's happening here. And, in that it is about you using your throat chakra, honoring your inner voice. And in honoring your inner voice, this is ultimately going to create pathways for others to also honor their voice. Y'all, this is a really beautiful expression of self. This is a really beautiful expression of creating your path in the way that you desire, and it's going to be magnetic in the way that you tend to your garden, in the way that you tend to the path leading you to home frequency, and in the way that you tend to the path and leading you to home frequency, which is the oasis, which is in creator and divinity, the true oasis, the divine mother and the divine father. Okay? You are the example that's going to be speaking to people loud and clear. Your actions, your mannerisms, the way that you carry yourself will be loud and clear. Okay? And in this, it's also going to give you an opportunity to use your voice, your throat chakra. Oh, I love that. What else do we have? Archangel Michael. Okay, we got the checkered flag, conclusion, outcome, final. Okay, listen, at the end of the day, the ultimate ending and the result is that everyone is going to make it back home. Now, whether their journey is going to be a little harder, easier, are they going to surrender? Are they going to fight? Guess what? We all are going to make it to the end of the race. And many, are going to struggle to make it to that finish line, but they will make it to that finish line because the creator is a loving creator that will not lose any aspect of itself to degradation. And this is going to take however long it takes in soul's evolution. I'll tell you, it'll be more than our lifetime. It'll probably be longer than the earth is even around. Okay? But we as souls will continue to journey on our way home to that sacred oasis within. So I said that was 10:10. So we have Pillary here, okay? I feel like, listen, I said, didn't I just say everything is going to make it back home? How far you make it into degradation is going to speak to how deep your punishment is, because we all have to pay for our sins, the wrongs that we've done against humanity and others, but also what we've done against ourselves. And there was this message that came to me this one time, which was, we're all going to have an angel in our lives. And the Creator's going to ask us, what did you do with that angel? But what if, more importantly, the Creator asks you, what did you do with the angel that I gave you? We have to start by doing right by ourselves, collective. This is where it starts within. Okay? Then we have the inventor, innovation, imagination, creative. This is where it's saying, you know what? Get those creative juices flowing. Okay? Because guess what? The creator, the beautiful divine Father, divine Mother, the source of our life, of our existence, is the greatest creator of all. And it's for you to flow in that, to expand collective consciousness. And also finding ways to connect with source. See, everyone, for me, it's the land. For me, it's through these shamanic practices, these rituals, the spiritual journey. For someone else, it could be through dance expression. It could be through yoga. It could be through herbalism. It could be through bringing light to something new that has never been thought of before. And we have eyeglasses. This is assessment. This is ultimately, as we are journeying on our way back home, we stop, we reassess the situation. I am constantly in a state of assessment, of self-assessment, self-reflection. Okay, it came out butchered. In what I am doing daily, is it reflecting the essence of God? Now we have to listen to our voice and where we're at, right? Our inner voice, but is it reflecting the essence of God? Am I honoring the God within? Being in a homeless shelter, y'all, test you. And I've had to tell people I'm going to be observing silence, because I'm the kind of person that, when I get started, and my mouth has no filter. But as the old wounded self, I have done a lot of work to become this new version of self, and I'm not going to operate in old behaviors and patterns that did not serve me. With that being stated, I wasn't necessarily that I'm, talking trash about people or anything like that. I was just very vocal about things that didn't, please me, things that displeased me. And so, the team was just like, let the parasitic energies take themselves out. And as I said, that 1333, you ain't got to do nothing. Let them take themselves out. Okay. If, someone wants to do their stuff that is disturbing to the God essence within, that's fine. Block them from your existence. You do not exist in their reality, and they do not exist in yours. Two very different vibrational pathways. So one of the things when we're talking about, creation and the all that it's all, it never stays stagnant. It's always growing, right? And I do believe that we're beautiful expressions of the all that itself, the all that it's all expressing itself uniquely through each and every one of us. In that aspect, you are being asked to assess yourself, assess your behaviors, assess your patterns. What are you sowing along the way to your journey to the oasis, which is always rooted in divinity? What else, Archangel Michael? Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, because if y'all just seen the other reading, which I haven't uploaded yet, but I will by the time this one's uploaded, You seen that we got no for the, sexual energy exchange thing with people who are parasites. And now this one, we got yes. Okay. But the first card that came out is cake. All right. So this is a celebration. This is literally you celebrating the milestones, those seeds that you are planting along the way. And in that, you are being celebrated. You are celebrating yourself. You are celebrating the lightness that you feel within your spirit. You are celebrating yourself with the divine. The divine is celebrating you. You are being recognized by soul family and soul tribe, those that are meant to be in your circle, those that are meant to help you on your journey, and those that you are meant to help guide by example to their journey to home frequency. And again, the answer is yes. It's the pot at the end of the rainbow. Look at all these flowers that she's surrounded by. This is you using your willpower. This is you saying, you know what? I am a divine cosmic being. I am following this rainbow home, because it's so much more than the pot at the end of a rainbow. It's an oasis. It is heaven. It is divinity. It is home frequency, and you find that within. You're not going to find this in looking outside of yourself and another. It's within, and the fullness of self. Okay, this is where everything is flowing right on time, because you are constantly doing those assessments of self to flow in truth, to flow in alignment with what God has created for you. You are being honored. Okay, this is a ceremony, a union of you making it home, because you are understanding that it's not the destination. The destination is the reward. It is the journey. And that destination is home frequency. And when you've accessed home frequency, nothing can take that from you. Do you hear me? This is not the way that I thought this message was going to go, but I am so grateful for how it's going. Home frequency. And I feel like every day I strive to get closer to home. Every day I strive to get closer to God. Every day I strive to clear out what does not belong on the pathway to make it to my oasis. My home frequency within. Yes, creator. What else do we have? Pioneer. Okay, what I'm talking about, leading by example. You are the pioneer. You are the one that is going against the grain. Okay, and it's like, no, you know what? I don't want to be surrounded by these weeds that are choking the life out of me and soil that I cannot breathe. You said I'm going to move on to land that is fruitful for me. I'm going to move on to what is aligned with that home frequency, what's aligned with that home oasis. Do you hear me? My God. You definitely got the stuff. You got the grit. You are more than capable on this journey. And I don't care if people look at you like you are crazy. I don't care if people look at you like, oh, she is stuck up. He is stuck up. This person, thinks that they're too good to be around us. And you absolutely are too good to be around them. Okay? Because you know your worth. You know that you are rooted in divinity. You know that you are not in alignment with degradation, that you are not in alignment with people who are operating from the unconscious, because you are choosing to be conscious every single day. Oh, what else we got? Archangel Michael. Got me out here sounding like I'm sounding like I'm talking to a coliseum of people. Okay, this is you being recognized. This is talking about curtain call, acclaim, fame. I'm not one of those readers that be like, oh, you're gonna be the first multi-millionaire, billionaire of your family. We are speaking truth here. You get truth in this channel and nothing else. I come with the truth and nothing but the truth. So thank you, God. In the court of true justice. And yes, I like to be funny. I like to be me. Okay. One day I'm going to meet me, Cat Williams. We're going to have some jokes and laughs. I don't know. But I'm going to have some ideas for that man. Or be on the show with him. I don't know. Y'all, listen. It don't even matter. All I know is that in people are going to have their eyes on you. Again, this is about being an example. Now, y'all see that I'm goofy, I'm talking, in my style, I'm being me. Please don't think that as you are on this journey to home frequency, you have to be anything else. You don't have to be a tightwad, okay? You don't have to be anything else than who you truly are. You can have laughs, okay? You can have a good time, but it's coming from within. The creator made you a very unique expression of self, okay? And if you are being anything false, that is not you planting the right seeds to on your way to home frequency. If anything, in you being yourself authentic and unapologetically, this is where the lights are on you. This is where people are going to be looking at you. This is where the lights are on at home. And people are looking at you because there's this essence of, oh, wonder, essence of love, essence of divinity, of truth, of true prosperity, of truth. I'm gonna go like this, like, what? Get out the way. I'm saying? No, this is an aspect of just being so authentic, so unapologetically yourself. That's because I got this to the side. I don't know why I put it there. I'm going to put it more in the center in the back. It's okay. I'll adjust that later. But this is where people are watching you because it's like, oh, this girl, this man knows how to have fun by himself, by herself. And in our reality, you're not by yourself. You talking to your team. You having a good old time. You are living in a world of your own making, of your own imagination, of your own doing. You are in tune with spirit. This is where the spotlight is being put on you. And this is where, yes, you have the home version of self, but you also know that you can be, like for me, I don't want to be goofy all the time. There's times I want to be serious. I was about to cry not too long ago in this video. I gotta tell you, I be having so many emotions going through right now, all the time. Actually, I'm just a well of emotional expressions. But there's gonna be people are gonna look at you and they're gonna admire you. It's an admiration of how did this person do it? How did this person come thus far? And you are worthy of being celebrated again. We have the cake, the celebration, and you are worthy of being admired and looked upon, because if you are carrying this essence and you are planting these seeds to the oasis, which is in the creator, in the all that is all, those flowers that you plant along the path are beautiful, and they're not meant to be plucked, but if anything, they're meant to be stopped and looked at and smelled and maybe just receive its essence while it stays planted and rooted and is able to continue to give life. I used to love to pick flowers, and I would absolutely love to have a flower in my ear. Okay, and I seen these beautiful flowers, these beautiful red ones. I don't even know what they're called. And I wanted to pick it, and I was just like, no. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to end this life. And so people are seeing you along the way, and they don't want to end it because they understand that these flowers that you're planting through your life and you leading by this example, it's helping them get to the next phase in their journey to access their oasis. All right, what else we got? Oh, not all these cards. Oh. Okay, so the first card that we got is Motherload. You hit the jackpot. Again, I'm not one that says you are going to be a billionaire. Go call somebody else for that. I'm not your psychic. No, thank you. That's not what. Listen, we are about soul retrievals over here. Okay, let's help you on this path. But true prosperity is ultimately rooted in divinity. Okay, all these false illusions are just that. It's false illusions. When you are truly rooted in the creator, in crystalline consciousness, in the all that is all, in your light body and with your team, you realize that you cannot be sold, because true prosperity, true wealth, they can never access this. Now, understand that the words that came out, sorry, is the real deal. You are the real deal, okay? You are the star of the show. People see your authenticity. They see your sincerity. Baby, there is nothing fake about you. I know there ain't nothing fake about me. No makeup. I gotta wear these glasses because of my vision. Mind your business. The next card that came out was coin toss. I feel like this is speaking to you showing your flowers, right? There's going to be people who receive this, on the journey. They may see the flowers that you planted, the flowers that sprouted. Some are going to receive the advice and some are not. And it's okay, because every consciousness is on its own journey to home frequency. Ultimately, everything is going to make it back home. Everything is going to have to finish that cross line. And if the more that they want to go into degradation, guess what? The bigger their payment is going to be for their sins. They all have to. I do feel like you're going to, because friends came out, right? I feel like this is about you being authentic, and those that are meant to gravitate to you are going to gravitate to you, right? You're coming to a season within your life, and I've been talking about magnetism. You're very magnetic, which is absolutely beautiful that you have this magnetism to you. But those that see your flowers, it's going to be like, again, 50-50. They're either going to take the advice or they're not. But those that are drawn to you are going to want to get close to you. And I'm talking about truly drawn to you in essence, who are your soul family, soul tribes. This is where now these people can now start coming in, because you're ready to embrace that. You're ready to receive that energy. This is where you're coming into in this path, is helping others by guiding their way, by being the example, by maybe giving wisdoms, right? And I feel like it's pouring into each other. It's not where you're going to feel depleted. These are friendships of people that are actively meant to help you in your journey, uplift your life. Let me see. Anything else? I think I might go. Did one flip? I thought I seen the flip around here. Maybe not. Okay. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, I was told one more. Well, you know what? These are actually kind of all. Okay, so we have constellation, crew. Again, I'm talking about crew, friendships, right? This is where you're in sync. This is where you're working with a team. Again, planting those flowers along the way. And then you have the constellation, right? Which I feel like, so you have support from the physical and you have support from the stars, y'all. So it is time for you to plant those flowers unapologetically and let them bloom, because life is ultimately going to be really beautiful moving forward and you being authentic. Y'all take care. From me, and spirit and peace.